What is going on, you guys? We have an excerpt from Thrawn Alliances, the new Timothy Zahn book coming out next month, and this is awesome. So I love when they release excerpts like this because it's a little bit of a preview of what is going to be in the book, and this one is pretty cool because this one is more of a prequel chapter. We've already had one early excerpt, and I'll put a link to that at the end of the video, where they talked a little bit about Thrawn and Vader going on a mission together, and that's kind of what this is going to be about. This book is going to be taking place in between the final season of Rebels, so during the time where Thrawn leaves Lothal to go meet with the Emperor and before he returns. So it's going to have a lot of different implications on what it might mean, for the future of that chapter of Star Wars, and where, what new characters they may meet, and the planet Batuu, which is actually going to be really important because that is where Star Wars World is being designed. It's going to be the planet Batuu. So when you go to one of the Disney parks and you go to the new Star Wars World, you're actually going to be visiting Batuu. So that's actually kind of cool. So you may want to pick this book up, even if you're not a fan of Thrawn, which, how could you not be a fan of Thrawn? He's pretty much the greatest character in Star Wars. But Timothy Zahn is one of the greatest authors of all time. So it's, you're picking one of the greatest authors and one of the greatest characters and one of the greatest universes. So, in the last Thrawn book was my #1 favorite Star Wars book. So this one is going to be, no doubt it's going to be amazing. With that being said, let's dive into this excerpt. I'm going to, I'll read it for you, but I'll also put a link to this in the description below. Taking a final look at the nav display, Anakin pointed the Actus toward the horizon and poured power to the drive. Abruptly, R2-D2 trilled a warning. "What is it?" Anakin said, frowning as he checked his rear display, and felt the back of his neck tingle. There was a ship back there, the size of a medium freighter, but of unknown configuration, settling into orbit right beside his hyperdrive ring. "Unknown ship, this is General Anakin Skywalker of the Galactic Republic," he called. "Identify yourself and state your purpose." Nothing. Maybe they didn't communicate on any of the Republic's standard frequencies. Or, more likely this far out, didn't speak Galactic Basic. Anakin pursed his lips, running through his list of trade languages. He knew Huttese and Jawa trade language fairly well, but Batuu was a long way from Hutt influence. Mies Calf? He was a bit far out for that, but it was the best he had. "Unidentified ship. This is General Anakin Skywalker of the Galactic Republic," he said, working hard to wrap his mouth around the Mies Calf words and hoping he was getting the grammatical structure right. "You are intruding on Republic equipment and interfering with a Republic mission. I order you to pull back and identify yourself." "I greet you," a calm voice came back in the same language. "Did you give your name as General Skywalker?" "I did," Anakin said, frowning. "Why, have you heard of me?" "No, not at all," the other said. "I was merely surprised. Let me assure you that I mean no harm to you or your equipment. I merely wished a closer look at this interesting device." "Glad to hear it," Anakin said. "You've had your look. Pull back as ordered." There was a pause. Then, at a leisurely pace, the ship drifted away from the ring. "May I ask what brings a Republic envoy to this part of space?" the intruder asked. "May I ask what business it is of yours?" Anakin countered. It wasn't very polite, but he wasn't feeling in particularly polite mood. Every minute he was stuck out here making sure his prowler behaved himself was a minute he couldn't spend looking for Padme. "You can be on your way at any time." "On my way?" "To continue your travels," Anakin said. "To go wherever you were going before you stopped to look at my hyperdrive ring." Another silence. The alien ship, to Anakin's annoyance, had halted its sideways drift and was now pacing the hyperdrive ring at a distance of 100 meters. Still far too close for comfort. "Yes, I could continue on my way," the intruder said, "but it might be more useful for me to assist you in your quest." R2-D2 gave a puzzled twitter. "I already told you I was on a Republic mission," Anakin said. "It's not a quest." "Yes, I recall your words," the intruder assured him. "But I find it hard to believe that a republic at war would send a lone man in a lone fighter craft on a mission. I find it more likely that you'll travel on a personal quest." "I'm on a mission," Anakin ground out. This was starting to be really irritating. Directly ordered here by Supreme Chancellor Palpatine himself. Not that Palpatine even knew Anakin was out here, of course, let alone sanctioning the mission. But if the stranger had heard of the Clone Wars, he'd surely heard of Palpatine, and dropping the Chancellor's name might add some weight to his side of the conversation. "And I don't have time for this." "Agreed," the other said. "Perhaps it would work best if I were to simply show you the location of the ship you seek." Anakin's hands tightened on the yoke. "Explain," he said quietly. "I know where the Nubian ship landed," the intruder said. "I know the pilot is missing." Anakin ground his teeth. "So you intercepted a private transmission?" "I have my own sources of information," the intruder said, his voice still calm. "Like you, I seek information on that and other matters, and like you, I'm alone, without resources to successfully investigate. Perhaps, in alliance with a Republic General, we may find the answers both of us seek." "Interesting offer," Anakin said, and now finally he was close enough. Taking a deep breath, he stretched out to the Force. The intruder wasn't human, though of course Anakin had already guessed that. He was near human, though, like many other species in the Republic. But the texture of his mind was unlike anything Anakin had ever touched before. It was neat and well-ordered, the patterns of thought flowing smoothly and precisely in ways not unlike those of scientists or mathematicians. But the content of that flow and the muted emotions accompanying it were completely opaque. It was like a neat and precise array of unfamiliar numbers. "So what answers are you looking for?" "I wish to more fully understand this conflict in which you are embroiled," the intruder said. "I wish the answers of right and wrong, of order and chaos, of strength and weakness, of purpose and reaction." There was a slight pause, and when the voice came back, there was a new formality to it. "You asked me my identity. I am now prepared to give it. I am Commander Thrawn Alliances, officer of the Expeditionary Defense Fleet, servant of the Chiss Ascendancy. On behalf of my people, I ask your assistance in learning of this war before it sweeps its disaster over our own worlds." "Fine," Anakin said. "Whenever you're ready." "I'll make preparations at once," Thrawn Alliances said. "One additional thought. Chiss names are difficult for many species to properly pronounce. I suggest you address me by my core name, Thrawn." "That's all right, Thrawn Alliances," Anakin said. Did this being go out of his way to be annoying and condescending? I think I can handle it. "Thrawn Alliances," the alien said. "That's what I said," Anakin said. "Thrawn Alliances." "It's pronounced Thrawn Alliances." "Yes, Thrawn Alliances." "Thrawn Alliances." Anakin clenched his teeth. He could hear a slight difference between his pronunciation and the alien's, but he couldn't figure out how to correct his version. "Fine," he growled. "Thrawn." "Thank you, Thrawn Alliances," Thrawn said. "It will make things easier. My shuttle is prepared. Let us depart." So this is kind of exciting. I kind of like the interaction that we have here, although I will admit I am not a fan of backstories when, we know that everybody ends up safe, and I doubt there's going to be too many interesting things that happen between Thrawn and Anakin at this point. But I do really feel a genuine sense of excitement for this book because it's going to also deal with more futuristic stuff, and it's going to be definitely leading into, I think, the future of what will end up happening with Thrawn. I'm not going to talk about any spoilers with Star Wars Rebels, but there's definitely a future stories to be told, and I think this is going to set the stage for a lot of those. I also I'm looking forward to more books by Timothy Zahn because he did say that he was hoping to make more. I think he had a whole nother trilogy lined up, so there's definitely going to be more books. This is not like the final Thrawn story, so there's definitely more Thrawn stories to be told. And honestly, as much as I don't like backstories, if it's by Timothy Zahn, I'm going to take it, and it's going to be amazing, because sometimes a story can be written so well that it even gets me past my lack of, caring about characters that I know are going to end up being safe. So I'm really excited about this, though. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think down in the comments below. There is still a huge giveaway going on right now, so if you'd like to enter to win one of 3 X-Wing 2.0 conversion kits that I'm giving out, I am doing that. All it takes to enter is become a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. And I have new contests going on all the time. I'm going to be doing some giveaways next month on Patreon as well. So I want a big thanks to all my Patreon supporters. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to click that little bell for alerts, so this way you get notified when new videos come out. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day.